You're live.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Dope Fades online open mic. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Dope Fades online open mic. First time with us. We are an online open mic. We do not have a stage physically. We don't meet at a bar. We don't have an in with a guy at a comedy club. We're coming at you live from our producer, Dave Barton's living room, everybody. Dave. And a shout out to his roommate and co-producer, Andrew McWhorter, everybody. I'm your host, Christian Wolf. We do this online open mic every Thursday at 9. Comedians can video call in from anywhere they may be on Skype, a video call. And then our room here is mic'd. They hear us live, and we broadcast out all the places. All of them. What are they? Thank you for asking. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, guys. We're all over the interwebs. Yeah, and I'm gonna get us started. Next week we're doing our monthly show. It's gonna be Rick and Morty themed, so I'm gonna warm up some sci-fi material. Yeah. Okay. So I love science. Well, truthfully, I like getting stoned and watching Planet Earth and the cosmos. That's really my jam. And I just think it's amazing that like the universe has evolved for billions of years to produce complex, conscious life. Humans. You guys. And the human eye is pretty crazy. It's more complex than anything that humans have ever made themselves. From the muscles, the lens, the retina, the neural network, all the way down to the brain that interprets that imagery. And so of the billions, trillions of opportunities that physical matter and life can organize themselves in the universe, we're conscious beings with the gift of sight. And normally I'm on my couch having some chips and dip. Just straight chillin'. I am made of stardust. I'm the universe observing itself, and normally I am just bored. And I'm on a big giant spaceship with 7 billion other beautiful, conscious, complex, unique human beings hurtling through space. And most times I'm on Reddit not talking to a single one at all. It's comforting thoughts. I think we live in a crazy time for technology. Imagine when we talk to our grandkids, they're going to think that we're fucking insane. It'd be like, you see, in my day, the internet used to make noise when you started it up. It was like, beep, boop, 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 boop. And it always sounded like a digital bowel movement at the end, just or like any Skrillex track. Zinger, Skrillex, and got him. They're like, what? It made noise? And why did it make noise? Does anybody know? Why couldn't the computers just talk to each other? Why do we have to hear that garbage for like 30 seconds really loud? It also amazes me that like you go back like 100 years and if you wanted ice, you had to have a small crew of people go excavate it from an iceberg. Then a brick would be carted via horse and buggy to your local town. You would walk miles into the town with your own little cart, and you would drag it home in the fucking sun so a third of it would melt. And then you would stow it in the bowels of your basement so that when you wanted a few dusty cubes for your sweet tea, you had it. And now I get fucking pissed when the ice maker takes like longer than 5 seconds. It it's a chore. You're like, I'm gonna have to reach my hand. I'm gonna reach my hand in there. But sure, it's cold. But damn it, we all have to make sacrifices. We're such fucking wimps. And it's just the worst when we whine about our amazing tech. Like, if you go 20 years back, a very common sentence today sounds like a crazy person with a tinfoil hat. Like, I have to send this picture from my phone to my thousands of followers. I must tweet my selfie. And the person from the 80s is just like, wait, so you run a cult that communicates via birds. Is that right? No. Where can I charge my cigarette? What? Well, what's the future like? I have a device in my pocket that contains the entire world's knowledge at a second's notice. Damn! Everybody must be so enlightened in the future. No. We mostly use it to look at boobs and kittens. Funny cat pics. No, that's not true. Sometimes we argue anonymously with strangers for hours. Because that's what the internet is for, guys. It's for ranting and kitties and titties. And comedy, live streaming comedy. So we're going to go to our first open mic comedian of the evening, everybody. She is Skyping in live from Nashville, Tennessee. Go see her comedy show, the Bless Your Heart comedy show. Please welcome Micah Wyman to the show.
Hey, how's everybody doing? So of you, like 4 people, who's had a threesome, right?
Almost.
Just almost. That's what I'm talking about. If you have, just like wink into the monitor. I see you guys. I have never had a threesome either. I think it could have happened when I was younger, but I just got nervous and just left. There's not really a dignified way to exit a hot tub, is there? Did anybody go to the student health clinic when they were in college or grad school? I always did. And it was good, but they weren't always super professional. One time I was in there and the lady was taking my blood pressure and she was like holding my very skinny arm and she said, I know what you need. You need some biscuits and gravy. And I was like, thank you. Great advice. But I'm here for STD testing. There was this hot tub situation. I'm not going to tell you about it. I'm assuming you guys don't know a ton about breastfeeding. Am I assuming right?
I know.
I have a couple kids, so I thought I'd like share some information. So if a woman is breastfeeding her baby, whether or not she's covered or not covered, it actually doesn't have shit to do with you. More of a baby transaction, usually. So my girlfriend the other day was saying that her friend used to be a houseboy, and I did not know what a houseboy was. I was like, what's that? And she said, well, he lived with this couple, and he didn't have to pay rent, and he got a salary, but he just cooked all their food and cleaned the house, and he had sex with the couple. And I was like, oh, sounds like a lot of cooking and cleaning. Have you guys heard of this Tommy Loren woman? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do they have Fox News in Los Angeles? I actually don't. They have her out here, but it's this young woman, and she's a news commentator. I don't know how they choose news commentators anymore. I guess they're like, is there a racist Instagram model we can have to talk about the State of the Union? Maybe someone who poses with a handgun and a G-string. Maybe they could give us some enlightened discourse. But so this lady, she used to be on some other show. Now I think she's on Fox. And there's this rumor that she's dating a black guy, even though she said a bunch of super racist stuff. She started the rumor. He has yet to confirm. Sounds like more of a side chick deal to me. But I was not surprised to hear this because we have kind of a problem in the white community where some of our dumber cousins think you can get out of any racist thing you said by just like screwing somebody, you know? And like, if you call out a white lady for being racist, she will immediately catalog every black and brown penis she has ever come into contact with. You'll be like, Stacy, you can't say the N-word. And she's like, Micah, you don't remember Tyrone in 2009? Or Marco in 2014? I'm like, Marco was Italian. Did he say the N-word after you slept with him? Because you got played. But I don't totally get why people think that sleeping with somebody of a different race will make them seem less racist. Like, do they not know that slave owners did that? It's crazy. I just want to live in a world where white people can hook up with people of other races and not have to bring it up all the time. That's what I want, you know. Plus, you don't have to. You just tell a bunch of stories about having threesomes in hot tubs. People will read between the lines. That's all I had prepared for tonight. I appreciate you guys. Always fun.
We're back to you. Hey guys, keep going from Micah, everybody. Live from Nashville. I think I'm saying that right. Nashville. Thank you. Our next comedian is right here on this couch. Guys, please give it up for Lauren Gilbert.
What's up, you guys? What is going on? I'm gonna do a little something different tonight. I'm prepping for a show that I'm gonna be on this weekend. So you guys are gonna be my guinea pigs. I'm gonna do a little storytelling.
Okay.
Storytelling, you guys. Just gather around the fire. I'm gonna tell you a little story about when I was in first grade. In first grade, you don't know what you want. You really don't. My elementary school had this yearly tradition called the Spring Dance Festival, in which every class and every grade would choreograph a dance number and then perform it for all the parents in the school. And as a shy child, that was my actual nightmare. I did not want to do it. I went to my teacher and I actually begged to do more homework on the side, because that's how much of a fucking antisocial nerd I was, than dance in front of people. And they also picked like the worst songs for children to like wrap their heads around. The song that they gave my class to do that year was Walk the Dinosaur by Was parentheses Not Was, I think is their name. Came out in 1987. And if you're not familiar with the song, the opening lyrics go a little something like, boom, boom, akka-lacka-lacka boom, 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 aka-laka boom, boom. Just when you thought you knew what was happening, they changed it up on you a little bit. So that was the song we were given. I did not want to dance. I begged my teacher if I could do anything else besides dance with my classmates, and she said, okay, so we were thinking it might be fun to have one of the kids dress up like a dinosaur and do like a little crowd work instead of dancing. And I said, okay, I'll do that. Because, yeah, it sounded better, honestly. Not having to learn a routine, not having any skill really involved, really just walking around kind of putting the charm on. I thought, you know, why not? And the few weeks after that when we were practicing were great. I didn't do shit. I strolled around. I did like the little T-Rex arms like they asked me to. All of my friends were like sweating in the sun, and they were like stumbling over each other and like trying to learn this dance. I didn't have to do anything. I thought I had fooled these suckers. And then the costume came. I don't know what I was expecting it to look like. I guess my main outlet for dinosaurs at that point in my life was Jurassic Park. So I thought maybe it would be something like those guys you see in the prank videos where they're just like in full raptor getup, you know, and like the mouth moves and it terrifies people. But like it's not real. But you know, it's like wrestling. Or even just like a semi badass looking Godzilla costume, anything. But it was purple and green in all the wrong places. And it struck a very striking redundancy to a cartoon, or not a cartoon, but a children's show dinosaur that we are all familiar with and probably shared a joint with at some point. It's totally possible. Who the fuck knows who's in that costume at any given moment? And everyone in my class knew what it looked like, and when I had to start wearing the costume to practice, things took a turn for the worse. Because science has also proven since then that the temperature outside is directly proportional to the amount of cotton that is currently clinging to your flesh. It got so hot over the last couple weeks we practiced. Then we had a dress rehearsal the day before the show, in which a 5th grade class walked by as I was strutting around in my sack full of nightmares. And they just erupted into laughter. And one of them that looked very familiar turned out to be my older brother. We went to the same school for 2 years out of our entire lives of being siblings, and the fact that managed to happen in the time that we were at the same school just goes to show what my luck is like. So the day of the festival came, and it was in the triple digits. It was the hottest day we had had. All the parents and the grandparents and the siblings were crowded into this lawn, waiting for us to go on. And I think my teacher was a little concerned about the heat as well, because she came up to me before we went out and she said, here, she gave me a spray bottle that was filled to the brim. She said, spritz yourself every 5 minutes so you don't pass out there. Good luck. And then the music swelled. All the kids started to dance horribly. They're first graders. I went out in my sack of nightmares, now with my spray bottle. Just ripples of laughter I could hear coming from parents laughing at a 7-year-old. It was great. Thanks, humanity. I could see my family in front and center. My brother sitting between my parents. My parents were just smiling as insincerely as parents could, watching their small child just completely disgrace their family. And when I got close to them, my brother was just cackling. And then I had the spray bottle in my hands, and I sprayed the motherfucker in the fucking face. And then the crowd went wild. They loved it. So I kept doing it. I kept going up to random people and spraying them in the face. I was a 7-year-old asshole spraying people in a crowd. And I wish that the story ended with a recruiter coming from the woodwork and whisking me off to what I imagine would be a lucrative career as a performer on Waterworld. But alas, I went on to 2nd grade as a semi-normal child, with the exception that I had once kind of walked around a crowded group of people in a purple dinosaur costume spraying them with a spray bottle. That's it.
Thank you. Keep it going for Lauren, everybody. My favorite visual was just like stoner Barney. I love weed. You love weed. I would watch that show. Guys, our next comedian is also on a couch in this living room. But then, after that, we'll have more Skype comedians from far and distant lands like Texas. Woo. But first, please give it up for Chase Badger, everybody.
Both got sweaty hands.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Heat wave. Hey. Can we only get one thing straight? Drugs are so good, am I right? Woo! The thing is, I like drugs a lot. I wrote this joke on drugs. I also wrote this one too. I saw an ELF today. ELF is an acronym for Elf I'd Like to Fuck. Drugs are amazing, but you gotta be careful with them, right? Otherwise you can get addicted. So the only thing keeping me from getting addicted is how good drugs are. I don't want to be a person that can't have drugs anymore. Which sounds like I'm addicted, but just don't take my drugs. Okay. I thought this was going to be a Rick and Morty episode, so I thought of my most embarrassing / fucked up stories. So I'm going to tell them to you. First one is I was in college. I made a friend. And then in college, you hook up with your friends. So, it was late night on another friend's couch. And the moonlight was coming through. It was great. Her shirt was off. My shirt was off. Our boobs were the same size, But no, it was great, and everything was going well, and so you making out shirtless for a bit, and sometimes when you make out, your sinuses somehow clear up. So I had some nose drip, and so I was like, okay, I'll just quickly kiss her neck and wipe it off. And in the moonlight on my hands was not clear. It was a dark patch, and I was like, oh no. So I quickly was like, hey, just go to the bathroom real fast. And I go in, I have a bloody nose. And she walks in, and only she notices right when I turn, and I see her, and we both see each other's face, covered in blood. like we're zombies that just had a kill or something. Or we were having a threesome, and we both went out on a girl during her time of the month. I don't know. Basically, she ended up being cool about it, but it was definitely a weird college moment being like, hey, I'm sorry I bleeded over your face. My second embarrassing story is at Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, but today it wasn't. So Star Tours, they used to have where you could get your face put on into an image of Star Wars, so I could be Obi-Wan, So my whole family did it because we were just hanging out in the store, and the guy was like, do you want to do it? We were, yeah. So brothers go, they're Anakin, they're Obi-Wan. And I'm Mace Windu. So I'm sitting there, teenage dude, and he changed my face color. So just remember that on the screen above, I'm in basically blackface. Yeah, it's bad. And we're laughing, having so much fun that people start crowding up. And then, and we're laughing so hard that I laugh and a snot rocket shoots out my nose. And then I'm laughing and I have an asthmatic laugh, so it comes right back in. So to a crowd full of people at Disneyland in blackface, I did a snot rocket. They went right back in. Okay, real quick, I'll tell you the last story. It's the most fucked up. It's why I hate daylight savings time. Living at home with my parents, and Sunday mornings were my morning. They would go to church, and I would just walk around naked and do whatever I pleased. You know, it was a great moment, but today was daylight savings. So they didn't go to a church for another hour. So I'm walking around my house naked, la-di-da-di-da, and I go into their room to use their shower because it's a steam shower, it's a rain shower, it's a fucking dope, there's a seat, it's a great shower. But I walk into my parents' room completely naked, and I see them having sex. And they're doing it doggy style. So I walk in on my parents naked, so they're naked and I'm naked. And the moment that I knew that I was a comedian was when my first thought wasn't like, what the fuck? My first thought was, oh, they're doing it doggy style because it's better for my dad's knees. And those are my embarrassing fucked up stories. Thank you so much. Love you, dope heads. I'm glad my parents don't watch this show.
Like many people, I think, have accidentally walked in on their parents, but only Chase could walk in on his parents, also butt-ass naked.
What's up?
Oh my gosh. All right, guys, it sounds like we have our next comedian in the room. She's coming to us live from McAllen, Texas, I believe. It's her first time on the program. Please give a warm welcome to Dana Gutierrez, everybody.
Awesome. Can you give me the thumbs up that you can hear me, just in case, because I didn't hear any of that. Awesome. All right. Hey, guys, what's up? My name's Dana Gutierrez. I'm from Pharr, Texas. It's the place that Hurricane Harvey didn't come to. Not that you guys care or what. Okay, I heard a woo. Thank you, ma'am. But yeah, I give it up for the other comedians. That was really badass. Thank you, Chase. You've truly inspired me to tell one of my own personal embarrassing stories that has to do with me being naked. I was on my way back to, it's great, except it doesn't involve my parents, so I'm not as fucked up as you. So I was on an airplane, and I'm writing in my diary about how great the scenery is. It's midnight. I can see clouds. I feel like I'm Aladdin. I'm on a magic carpet ride. And then all of a sudden, I feel a pain in my stomach, and I realize, oh, my God, I got to go to the restroom. It's pretty bad. So at that time, I was like 19 years old, and I would wear a girdle because I'm 19 and whatever. So I'm wearing a girdle. I go to the restroom. And in order to go to the restroom when you're a big girl and you're wearing a girdle, you got to take off all your clothes. So I got to take off my sweater. I had to take off my shirt, had to take off my girdle, and then I had to pull it all down because I'm in an airplane bathroom and those are tiny and I'm already big as it is. And yeah, so I've got to go to the restroom really bad. You already guessed it. It's number 2. It's the worst it can be. And I'm in the restroom. And I remember looking over to the latch, and you know how it says occupied, vacancy? And I remember thinking, like, man, wouldn't that be really fucked up if those were switched? And so, of course, I'm a lady, and I'm wiping my ass. And since I'm not Stevie Wonder, I look at the toilet paper, and I think to myself, within this instant, wow, that's like avocado green. And then at that moment, the door to the airplane bathroom opens up, and it's a pilot. And at that moment, I remember thinking, like, oh my fucking God, doesn't he have his own bathroom? But the only thing that came out was, oh my. And then I closed the door and realized at that moment that not only was I naked, but I was holding toilet paper with avocado green shit in my hand. And anyway, thank you so much, Chase. That was wonderful. Back to the main point. My name's Dana Gutierrez, and yeah, guys, a little bit about me. I don't know if you noticed, but I like to look dangerous. I like to look as if I'm holding my clothes hostage. I went shopping the other day, and I got stopped by a police officer. He said, "Ma'am, in the petite section, freeze. I'm holding a crop top, and he says, put the clothes down and nobody gets hurt. And I said, it's a crop top, but it says a size extra large. And shoots me anyway because we're in America. But yeah, I like to look really dangerous. The other day, somebody, I don't know if you guys can see this, you probably can't, but I'll let you know, I have a nose piercing. And somebody said, they were trying to be mean to me, and they said, hey, I thought only, it was a man. I'm going to let you ladies know up front that it was a man. And he said, because it's only guys that want to do this to me. And he said, oh my, I thought only bulls wore nose rings. And I said, nah, baby cows too. So stupid. I wish I would have said it at that time. But yeah, I get in trouble a lot. Last time I got in trouble, I got a yeast infection. I'll tell you about it. It was it was really bad. I was going out with this pizza maker in Memphis, and I had blamed it on him. I had thought that this guy had given me the perfect yeast infection, but it turned out that the living conditions that I was in, living in the corner of a damp room with a leak in the AC, which was kind of warm, were the perfect conditions for a yeast infection. But so yeah, this guy, I was also seeing, I was a big hoe. I was also seeing this this trumpet player, and at the time that I had a yeast infection from the pizza maker, I had invited the trumpet player over. We hadn't really done anything. You guys, it's gonna get a little rated R, and so he fingered me one night, and it was the most amazing night I ever had in my life, because not only did he satisfy an itch I couldn't scratch, but I also came. So that was great. Thank you guys so much. My name's Dana Gutierrez. You can find me on Twitter at BeBackIn20. I had a blast. Give it up for your host, Christian. And thank you, Dope Fades.
Please keep putting your hands together for Dana, everybody. Live from Far, Texas. I believe that's far away. From us in LA. All right, our next comic, it doesn't appear that he is in this living room, and he's supposed to be. So that's awkward. So we're going to keep going right along. Our next comedian, it's his first time on Dope Fades as well, so please applaud loudly. He's coming to us from Oceanside, California, and I believe he's performing via his garage. Do we have him in the Skype room, Mr. Well, so please applaud loudly. He's coming to us from Oceanside, California, guys. And I please give a warm welcome to Guy Murray.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, what's up, Dope Fades? How you guys doing? How you guys doing over here at Oceanside? Yeah! But you know what? I'm saying thank you for Dope Fades for having me on right now. Like I said, my name is Guy. That's G-U-Y. How you guys doing? How you guys doing over here at Oceanside? Yeah! But you know what? And so, when I'm doing my thing, it's all about G-U-Y. No matter what I'm doing, I'm that guy.
Guy, you gotta mute your Twitch
I could be
feed.
doing computer work, that makes me the computer guy. I could be doing photography, that makes me the photo guy.
Hey, Guy.
And whenever I'm looking at you, sir, I could be your guy. Thank you! So, but it's, I could be doing computer work, that makes me the computer guy. I could be doing photography, that makes me the photo guy. Yeah. I could be your guy. Thank you! I got some feedback, hold up. No, it's a delay. It's live. All right, we're back better. Is that better? Okay, guys, what's up? Hey, thanks for again. Like I said, my name is Guy. That's G-U-Y. No matter what I'm doing, I'm that guy. So I could be doing computer work, and I'm the computer guy. I could be doing taxes. I'm the tax guy. And If you keep looking at me like that, I could be your guy. So it's not easy being guys sometimes. You know, I get in trouble all the time, so I figure I'd switch up my name. And I changed it to like Galinda or just Gal. So I could be the computer gal, the photography gal, the tax gal. And if you keep looking at me like that, I'll be your gal. You know, it's really crazy though, because I came out here and I wanted to do something different. And I know women love guys with accents. So exclamation, hashtag, question mark, exclamation point. They don't like those accents? How about this? Bonjour, comment appelez-vous? Je t'appelle, je connais pas ce français. That's French. Spanish. ¿Cómo está usted? Estoy contigo. I'm not really good with that one. That's 3 languages. You know, that means I'll try any language at least once. That makes me trilingual. But I was trying some Tagalog the other day. Actually, she was making me some lumpia. And yeah, she was tagging along really good. And I was I was touching up from the bottom and everything, and trying to roll those edges and get them real tight like most lumpia is. And she wasn't really into that. Man, this is a crazy thing. I just wanted to do this. I got people standing here in my garage, and I figured, you know, I can't do just anything, so I just can't. I can't finish this sentence. I can't finish this joke. And I really can't come up with a really good idea that'll really shock both of you guys at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and get naked.
No, please don't.
Take it off.
Oh my goodness.
It's that kind of crowd.
It's that kind of crowd. You know, but you know, I speak the Spanish and it's very effective. I even hired a landscaper today. He's Mexican, so he doesn't get taken back to Mexico on the DACA thing. I hired him and gave him a good spot.
Hey, where's my money?
That's coming up, man. No worries. I didn't say I paid him. I just said I gave him a job.
Okay, give me beer.
Beer's good. They work really low and everything, and I would just find time to be giving and never be receiving. And so I was like, how do I get in that circle though? How do I really talk to him? I was like,
Depot.
Home Depot. I went down to Adobe's and I was trying to figure out what would Brown do for me. Wow.
Brown is down, baby.
Brown is down. And, you know, it's like, but tell you to get in that circle. I was like, compromiso, quiero hablar con usted. And it's really crazy because I don't even really speak Spanish.
Or any other language.
Or any other language. Hey, you guys, you know what? There's also a couple of things that's really been affecting me lately. I mean, besides being a black man in America, I was just come up with, you know, this Trump thing is really scary. The latest polls have said that he's starting to win people over. I don't know if it's because they're killing so many of us or that there's so many of them that are stuck in floods and we don't have a head count yet. So I was just wondering, how are they really winning over with Trump? They turned over all of the evidence of the Russia and the Facebook and the numbers and everything like that. So I'm truly believing that there was definitely some collusion. How do you guys think about that? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. And just started to lose a little ground there, and then I realized that Trump was put on by my people. We didn't vote for Hillary. We didn't vote for anything. And you know, it's just like anything. We've got to be together. We got to be united. Because Johnny United and everything like that. I got one unique story before I let you guys go. I want to thank you for having me on.
Tell them about the donkey. Dog.
I won't tell about the donkey, not tonight. That's a different show, man. Different show.
Tell them I got the next 4 minutes.
No, you got to let that go. All right, so I want to thank you guys for having me on. My name is Guy. They call me the funny guy. You can catch me on Twitter at BossG and on Facebook as facebook.com/thefunnyguy.
Hey, Guy, where's my money?
Hey guys, thanks a lot.
Much love. SD. There you go.
It's too late.
Hello. Hey, there we go. More love for Guy, everybody. More love for Guy. The funny guy. Please follow him. And thank you to his small crowd in Oceanside, California, in his garage. It's pretty awesome. All right, guys, we're going to go to our final comedian of the evening. He has been on almost every single Dope Fades. Please give it up for Craig Nepley, everybody.
Can someone please explain bumper stickers to me? What? I pulled up behind this woman, and she had a bumper sticker on her car of a dog's paw print, and it said, "Who rescued who?" And I was like, I don't care about the answer to that question. You do. Why is this on the back? Take that bumper sticker and put it on your front windshield if it's so important to you so that you can look at it. But this is mind control. I don't want this. It's even worse when you see one that's like 2 or 3 lines long. And you're like, oh, this is interesting. Let me see what this is. And you creep up, and you creep up, and you creep up. And then you see it, and it says, "For God so loved the world." And you're like, oh, fuck you! I stopped going to church so I would never have to think that again, and then you fucking... All right. On a slightly less upset note, I've been trying this new thing in social situations as a bit of an experiment, and I call it not sharing your thoughts or feelings. And it's been working surprisingly well because, as it turns out, no one wanted to hear him anyway. So I'm saving me time and those people. You know, it's a little bit each day, but it adds up. Okay, so I did something the other day that I need your help. I don't know if it was racist or not. So here's what happened. I was driving in a CVS parking lot, and I'm looking for a spot, and then I see an open handicap spot. And I've never done this before, but I was like, all right, man, I'm going to be 5 minutes or less, just park here. And right as I go to do that, a woman pulls in and does the same thing, and she doesn't have a handicap placard either. And I said out loud in my car, "Oh, girl, I feel you, I understand, we're on the same page." Is that racist? I don't know. I wasn't explicitly saying, well, you know, all black people do X or anything like that. I just, look, it's clearly in the ballpark for racism. I feel the discomfort. I just want to know if it's a first, second, third base or like full-blown home run situation. All right.
It's a race hit.
There's a
base hit.
What's that?
A base hit.
Base hit. That sounds
hit.
about right. All right.
Okay.
There was this song that was really popular maybe like 5 or 10 years ago. Hopefully you remember it. It went like this. It was a woman, a singer, pop singer, and she was talking about going to the bar, and she says, "I just came to say hello." You know this one, right?
Yeah.
She says, "You're all right, but I'm here, darling, to enjoy the party." Right? I came to say hello. Every time I hear that song, I just imagine this woman at a bar going, boom! All right, everyone. I didn't come here to be worshipped, adored, liked, or desired. I just came to say hello. And then this one guy goes like, are you talking to any one of us in particular? Because none of us want to say hello back. Okay, I'm going to work on that one a little bit. A couple days ago, I was talking to this lady, and we were talking about mindfulness, Zen, meditation, and what I thought I said was, you know, after meditating, I just feel so much more awake and clear-headed and focused. But what I actually said was, you know what, after masturbating, I feel so much more awake and clear-headed and focused. Bit of a Freudian slip there, Craig. But whenever I make a mistake like that, something embarrassing happens, I just say to myself, you know what? Every day, a new sun rises. Until it explodes, obviously. But that's for that's for later people, not me, so I don't care. You know, like now I can say every day a new sun rises, but in 9.9 billion years they'll have to be like every day. Well, what month is it? All right, thanks very much, everyone. That's been my time.
Thank you, Craig Nepley, everybody. I like that in your scenario, they're not certain of when the sun blows up. They're like, is it September already? Is that when the world ends? We are Dope Fades, everybody. We're an online open mic. We will not be having an online open mic next Thursday. We're going to be doing a booked show live Saturday, the 16th at 9 o'clock. Please tune in. It's going to be Rick and Morty themed and also Hawaii. So like a Rick and Morty luau. Yep. We've been produced by Dave Barton this evening. I am your host, Christian Wolf. We're Dope Fades. Good night, everybody.